वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. We have been covering the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It is also called as Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa, Yoga. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was a confused person. To confused person, mind is unstable. For the unstable mind has to be calmed down before can take on the instructions. For that, the jnana was given in the second chapter. And in the third chapter, Shri Krishna talked about karma yoga. Jnana karma, here the another dimension is introduced called as sannyasa. Jnana karma sannyasa yoga. The karma has to be elevated to the higher things. Actions, everyone is busy, it has to be elevated. To elevate, it is called a sannyasa. Sannyasa means samyak nyasa. Completely surrender is called as sannyasa. Then best in you comes out. If I am desiring my personal what is there for me, best in me never comes out. When I am no longer hankering after the personal gratification and there won't be any bondage behind my work, there is nothing stopping me to excel. When I have my own ulterior motive, then I have to play the game according to the tunes of others. When I have no personal motives, I need not have to play the game of my life according to the tune of others. I can do what is best for the society. I have no personal interest. Personal interest, when the personal agenda is not there, the best in me comes out. And last week I touched upon the story of Bhishmacharya. Bhishmacharya, that was the eighth child of Shantanu and Ganga. Eighth child, like Lord Krishna also eighth child, and Bhishma also eighth child. All 7 children were killed in Kamsa kills 6 children and 7th slips out, and the 8th Lord Shri Krishna, here also 7 children were Vasus under the curse. Then they had a curse that they will be born and soon after their birth they will be released. 7 Vasus, and they were released, and Bhishma took on the lifespan of other Vasus. The 8th Vasus, he was the 8th Vasu, and all 7 lifespan plus 1, 800 plus years he lived. When he was born, and Ganga told Shantanu that he will be taking this child along with her to the Deva Rishi, Brihaspati Rishi, and to get him educated by the knowledge part, the Shastra Adhyayana from none other than the Deva Rishi, Deva Guru, Brihaspati Acharya, he went there and studied for 425 years. And he returned after 425 years Once Shantanu wanted to take a bath in Ganga, the water in the Ganga dried out. It was full, and after while he was taking bath, water stopped flowing. He wondered how could it happen. It was so full and all of a sudden it stopped. He wanted to find the reason why water is not flowing, and he walked upstream and he saw there is a dam built across the river, Ganga river, dam made up of arrow. The concept of dam comes in Mahabharata itself. The dam was built by the arrows, waterproof dam. There is no leakage. He was so surprised to see how this could be. As he was seeing in wonder, and there was a boy, seemed to be in teens. That boy appeared and heartily laughing, he approached that boy disappeared. And he started looking for that one, and after a search, Ganga appeared with this boy and handed over this boy to Shantanu. Here is your son, well equipped, well educated, and has a proper knowledge, and he will bring lot of glory to your family lineage. Thus she handed over Devarata, original name of Bhishma, Devarata, handed over him, and he was very obedient to Shantanu. Shantanu was very happy with Devarata, very humble and very learned, and he was liked by all the subjects also. Shantanu was thinking that he is the right person to take the reins of the kingdom. He was contemplating on that one, and once he was going in the forest, he saw a fisherman tribe, and he saw his daughter Satyavati, and he saw Satyavati, and his heart was set on her. He told to himself, my heart set on that one means I am a Kshatriya, she must be a Kshatriya lady. Otherwise my heart won't go to somebody else. Must be a right one. And he approached the Dasharatha. I mentioned last week, Dasharatha, he got these two children, the children from the stomach of the fish, the twins. He handed over the children to the king, the local king. He was the Vasu, one of the Vasus, and he in turn he kept the male child called as Matsya, and female child he asked Dasharatha to look after. He brought out this child like a Kshatriya, not like a fisherwoman. All whatever required for a princess, he looked after that one, and he made a resolution. This child born through Satyavati must be, since she is from a princely class, the child born of her must look after the kingdom, not an ordinary. He had an intention, since she is from a princely class, the children must continue the lineage. And when Shantanu approached for asking for Satyavati, he said, my condition is the child born of Satyavati must be the heir of your throne. And at that time, the Shantanu was shattered. He already had made up his mind, and how he can change his mind. He was very depressed and brooding in the palace. The Devarata, he thought to himself that why my father is very upset. He asked the charioteer why my father was upset, and he told what happened. And Devarata asked the charioteer to take him to the Dasharatha. And Dasharatha and he told him that he won't be he won't get married, so that the child born through Satyavati will be the king. Then the Bhishma initially said he won't become a prince. Then Dasharatha asked, you may not accept, but your child may stake claim. Then Bhishma said, I won't get married at all, so that there is no question of my children claiming the stake for this kingdom. When he made the promise, the divine flowers fell on him. It said, Bhishma Pratijna. Bhishma Pratijna, it's a Bhishma Pratijna means strong vow. Such a strong vow, henceforth he was called as Bhishma. His father Shantanu was so pleased to hear the sacrifice, and at the same time he was disappointed also, and at the same time he gave him a boon, Ichha Mrityu. I will give you a boon, you will have a Ichha Mrityu. Death won't come to you unless you want it. You can live as long as you can. So Satyavati was married to Shantanu, and in the meantime Bhishmacharya went to Parashurama and studied for 125 years the art of fighting, Astra Vidya, with Brihaspati Acharya 425 years, Shastra Adhyayana, here Astra Adhyayana, art of the weaponry. He learnt under Parashurama, Lord Parashurama. And through Satyavati, Shantanu had the children Chitrangada and Vichitra Virya. 2 children were born. Chitrangada, when he was a prince, there was another Gandharva called as another Gandharva called as Chitrangada. He came, he said, I am Chitrangada, you cannot have the same name. Change your name, otherwise fight with me. This Chitrangada said, sorry, I can't change my name. So they got into fight, and that Gandharva killed this Chitrangada. Chitrangada died. So that is the divine providence. Then Vichitra Virya, now physically not strong, very weak person. So he had tuberculosis also, TB. So Bhishmacharya wanted to find a bride for him, so he went to Kashi Raja. This person doesn't at that time, it's a Swayamvara, one has to win the Swayamvara. Since this Vichitra Virya did not have strength, Bhishma represented and forcefully took the children, daughters of the Kashi Raja, Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. All 3, he took them in the chariot and carried back to his kingdom. And while coming, Amba said, I already set my eyes on another person called as Salva, and so Bhishma said, you should have told me before, you can go. So Amba went to Salva. Salva tried to stop Bhishma, but he could not. He got defeated, and Salva, he said, since you are taken by Bhishma and you went with him, you cannot come back, you go back. So Amba went back to Bhishma. Salva has rejected. Now you have to accept me. You have to marry me. Amba, in fact, was his original wife. I mentioned last week Varangi, and at her behest, the dew. Bhishma was a Vasu. He tried to steal a cow. Because of that one, Bhishma was under the curse born, and another curse was Amba cannot marry him. So Amba was the original wife, Varangini, and Bhishma said, sorry, I have taken a vow, I cannot marry. So Amba again went to Salva. Salva rejected 2-3 times. She went here and there. She could not convince Bhishma. Then she said, I will go to your guru and I will ask him to convince. And she went to Parashurama and pleaded. Parashurama said, okay, I will convince my student Bhishma, and called Bhishma and said, this is Guru's instruction, you do this one. He said, sorry, I apologize, I have taken a vow of celibacy, I cannot marry. Parashurama said, then in which case you have to fight with me. Fight with me. And so Bhishma and Parashurama, they fought, and the Parashurama that in the end told Amba, this your husband that is not accepting, not listening to me also. And sorry, I made a promise, but I could not. But ultimately you will get what Parashurama said, not in this life, after that, ultimately. And he pretended that he was fighting. There is a shortfall of Bhishmacharya. When he knew that Guru was telling, he disobeyed his Guru. He disobeyed that Guru's Guru Vakya, he disobeyed. Whereas the Bhima's case, never he argued with the Lord Krishna. Whereas Bhishmacharya shows his shortfall. When the crucial time, when my personal promise, whatever it is, when the Lord says, when my Guru says, I have to compromise my personal promise, he did not do. He said, my promise is more important than your instruction. There it shows a shortfall in Bhishmacharya. Whereas Bhima never disagreed with the Lord Shri Krishna. Though Arjuna disagreed with Krishna many times, Bhima never disagreed. There is a quality apart. How they are far apart in their quality. And yogyata, tomorrow I will talk upon that one, yogyata. How Bhima far superior to Bhishmacharya. And Amba then decided, I will do intense tapas and get power to kill. She did intense tapas to invoke the blessing from Lord Rudra. And intention, when Lord Shiva appeared, she asked, I want to kill Bhishmacharya. She wanted to kill her own husband. And how to do? As a woman, I cannot. And Lord Shiva gave him a garland. To Amba, this garland you take, and whoever puts on their neck, they will be able to kill Bhishmacharya. So Amba took that one. She went to various kings. You put on this one, you will be victorious. In the battle in the Kashi Raja, Bhishma was so gallant, nobody dared to fight against him. Everyone tasted the power of Bhishma. Everyone started laughing at Amba. You are a crazy woman. Who can fight against Bhishma? You go away. Nobody accepted that flower. Nobody accepted that flower, that garland. So in disgust, Amba went to Drupada's capital. At the boundary gate, she just hung that flower that garland and got self-immolated and died. That's the another stage. I will continue on that one. Then Drupada next day took this one. He saw this garland. He knew it is not from the earth. It is a divine garland, so fresh. It cannot be from the earth. So he preserved. In this one, he preserved. There is the cold storage concept comes in Mahabharata. He preserved that garland, and down the line, Draupadi gave that garland to Arjuna. And Arjuna, that Shiva's word, whoever wears that one will kill. That Amba was born as Shikandi. Shikandi, so much anger, revenge. And in Bhagavad Gita, other day also I talked about whatever you think and depart, you will get that one. Shikandi, and I will talk about the story of Shikandi in the coming class. And so much I want to kill Bhishma. She was born again. She became an instrument in killing her own husband Bhishma. And Arjuna was behind, who wore that garland. So how our karma goes from one life to another. Never assume whatever you are going through now, it is a only one-off event. There is so much of history behind why you are going through. We can't see that one. Vedavyasa says there is nothing called as accident. Everything has a reason you cannot understand. In Mahabharata, it opens up the story. What is the reason behind what is happening in your life? There is a reason behind that one. Only that we don't know the past, we don't know the present, in the future. In the present also we don't know. We are living in slumber. And only the Lord who knows all three dimensions. That is what Shri Krishna is talking about in the 4th chapter. Shri bhagavan uvacha. Imam vivasvate yogam. Proktavan aham avyayam. Vivasvan manave praha. Manur ikshvakave bravit. This yoga, that Bhagavad Gita is not a first one-off event happened. Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was not the only recipient. Shri Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita, this Gita I have taught this one before to the sun. Sun is from sun to Manu. Manu in English I mentioned has become man in English. Manu, man, that first one. From there, Ikshvakave, solar dynasty. This knowledge has been, I have been taught. I taught this one to Surya. And from then, after sun, all the planetary system existence came about. First, I taught to sun. Evam parampara-praptam. Imam rajarshayo viduh. Kaleneha mahata. Yogo nashtah parantapa. This parampara, this knowledge has been passed on from generations to generation from rajarshayo, the kingly rishis. The kings were highly illumined. They were rishis also. They were making sure that this knowledge is preserved in their country and passed it on to the next generation. All kings were Raja Rishis. Rishis, the great they were doing the austerity as well as the noble king. And like our Indian Prime Minister now, he is a Raja Rishi. like a great administrator as well as a rishi. It's an example of Raja-rishi. Present day example is our Indian Prime Minister Modi ji. It's like a Raja-rishi. And over the time, this knowledge got dissipated, and this knowledge has been dissipated. For that, I am telling you now to rekindle. Whenever that knowledge gets, the parampara gets broken, I come to rekindle. Sa evayam mayate adya.
evayam mayate
yoga prokta puratanah.
yoga prokta puratanah.
Bhaktosi me sakha cheti.
Bhaktosi me sakha cheti.
Rahasyam hetaduttamam.
Rahasyam hetaduttamam.
Lord doesn't tell this one willy-nilly to anyone. He says one of the requirement for a devotee to whom he communicates, one is a devotee. Intense devotion also treats Lord as a closest friend. Devotion and friendship, both are there in Arjuna. He said, you have both. You are my close friend as well as you are devoted to me. And hetya duttamam, heti uttamam, I will reveal the highest of the secrets. Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna uvacha.
Aparam bhavato janma.
Aparam bhavato janma.
Param janma vivasvataha.
Param janma vivasvataha.
Katametad vijaniyam.
Katametad vijaniyam.
Tvamado proktavaniti.
Tvamado proktavaniti.
You are born after sun. You are born after sun. You are my contemporary. We both are born in the same year, and I am born in Palguna. You are born either Shravan or Bhadrapad, about 6-7 months you are senior to me. And how can I understand that you taught this one before to sun? You are my contemporary, and how should I understand? Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Bahuni me vyatitani.
Bahuni me vyatitani.
Janmani tava charjuna.
Janmani tava charjuna.
Tanyaham veda sarvani.
Tanyaham veda sarvani.
Natvam vetha parantapa.
Natvam vetha parantapa.
Like that Mahabharata story I said, Shri Krishna says, you and me have gone through many lives. I appeared in many lives, you appeared in many lives. I know everything like an open book. Whereas you don't know the past, you don't know the future, even the present you think it is uncertain. Whatever you plan, it's not happening. But I know the past, future. The kalathita. The kalathita is the one, the past, present and future becomes one. Past, present, future becomes one, becomes a kalathita. Kalathita means I can see the whole picture. We had to become a kalathita, then only that person becomes very grounded. Otherwise, only snapshot. We get agitated, excited for small things in our life, small problems. We are hitting a panic button. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? And when you extend that one past and present, kalathita, you become calm, serene. Ajopi sanvyayatma, ajopi sannavyayatma,
Ajopi sannavyayatma.
bhutana ishvaropi san,
Bhutanam ishvaropi san.
prakritim swa adhisthaya,
Prakritim swamadhisthaya.
sambhavamyatma-mayaya,
sambhavamyatma-mayaya.
prakritim swa adhisthaya. Shri Krishna says, for you to come about, you are pushed into here. You are born helpless. We claim ourselves we are successful. Birth is not in our control. Existing is not in our control. Death is not in our control. We think we are so important. and we die helplessly. We want to cling on, we die. We want to do something, we cannot. We are no choice where to be born, where to exist, how to exist, where the food is coming, we have no choice. Helpless living. Helpless living, like a child born is so helpless. In fact, everyone is that way. In fact, everyone is so helpless. We think we are under control. Nothing is in our control. Nothing in our control. And when we die, mercilessly, people put us into the fire or throw it into a pit, and they may talk about us for a day or two, and the world is so busy with latest news. Latest news, the past news, they are not interested. Nobody is wanting to talk about you. New message, like a breaking news, like in the newspaper, breaking news, people are interested only in the latest news. You are a wipeout. You are pushed under the rug in no time. You think you are important. You are pushed under the rug, and in no time, the moment you die, nobody remembers you. Remembers you that the new play is there, the situation is there, new breaking news is there, people are following the new trend. You are gone. Whereas Sri Krishna says, you are Prakriti. Prakriti is not in your control. You are bound by Prakriti. Prakriti has bound you. The ropes of Prakriti has bound you, and helplessly you are existing. Whereas Sri Krishna says, Prakriti is in my control. Prakriti is in my control. I use Prakriti as a tool to come about. I appear time to time. Sambhavamyatma-mayaya. Maya means it is not illusion. Maya doesn't mean it is an illusion. Maya means mahima. Mahima means my greatness. My greatness, many people they say world is a Maya, and they translate that sentence, world is a Maya, world is an illusion. It's like a magician. It is not that one. World Maya means Mahima. This world is a manifestation of the greatness of the Lord. It's not an illusion. World is real. But what is illusion? Thinking that you are here permanently, it's an illusion. Your contact, you are here now and you are gone. Don't think that this is permanent, this one, that is called as an illusion, but world is not illusion. Don't think whatever you have is permanent. That is, it's an imaginary. And Sri Krishna says, he comes out of his own greatness. Using the Prakriti as a tool, he appears. Yada yada hi dharmasya.
Yada yada hi dharmasya.
Glanir bhavati bharata.
Glanir bhavati bharata.
Abhyuthanam adharmasya.
Abhyuthanam adharmasya.
Tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Whenever there is a imbalance, I come about. And somebody yesterday called me up saying that why this pain in this world? There should not be any pain. And her wish is no pain, no suffering in this world. And happiness has no meaning if there is no sorrow. There is a word happiness has no meaning if sorrow is not there. If pain is not there, and joy has no meaning. Joy has no meaning. If the bitter is not there, sweetness has no meaning. Whatever meaning, whatever we want to have a comfortable life. If there is no discomfort, comfort has no meaning. If there is no discomfort, if there is no suffering, there is no meaning for the freedom. Why we want to be happy in my life? Because we have seen the other side. If the other side is not there, there is no impetus in me to do sadhana. To move away from that one, I have to do the sadhana. If the Duryodhana, Kauravas were not there, Pandavas have no relevance. Negativities of Duryodhana was not there, positivity of Bhima has no meaning. The negativity must be there, then the righteousness comes out. If the negativity is not there, the righteousness, that has no meaning. The meaning comes, we define whatever, if I eat something, I will say it is so good. Good has no meaning if there is no bad. How is my lunch? How is the cooking? If wife asks, if I say good, I must have tasted bad. If I have not tasted bad, good has no meaning. The whatever meaning comes, every word, our transaction, everything in this world is based on in reference to what? In reference to what? In the Samskrita class they were talking about vibhakti. In reference to what? In reference to what? Then only meaning comes. Yoga has no meaning if there is no imbalance. Only bad things are there, so only bad. And yoga has no meaning. Only the meaning of yoga comes. There is good things also are there, bad things also are there. They have to be in balance. The meaning of yoga comes when there is a good and bad are there. They have to be balanced. Otherwise, yoga has no meaning. Yoga has a meaning only there are duality, extremes, the good and bad. If good and bad are not there, only good is there, yoga has no meaning. And yoga plays a role. Yoga comes as a fulcrum. Yoga as a fulcrum, as a pivot, balances the either side of our life, bad and good, so that you exist in harmony. You cannot say bad things should not be there. I cannot say there should not be any weed in my garden. Weed is part of the garden. When you start pulling out, you are doing a yoga to pull out the weeds. Otherwise, there is no meaning in the garden. Only the greenery, no weed, it is not possible. Shri Krishna says, whenever the other side goes up, like Krita Yuga, only the good things are there. When good things are so good, people are not practicing. There is no attempt to make them in the management also. Deliberately they introduce what is called as to bring out the best in amongst the teams. They bring out the friction, the challenge, competition, so that because of the friction the best comes out. Krita Yuga, only the best. And slowly the bad is introduced in Treta Yuga and more in Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, more of the bad things. Still good things are there. Lord says, whenever one side goes up, He will come and set it out, set it right. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma-sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Why he has to do the intervention? can he let the world go by itself? He said, no, he has to intervene to look after. His concern is for the virtuous, noble, people who are striving. Good people are always there. He is always on their side. He is there on their side to look after them, sadhunam, and to remove the problem creators. Problem creators, when they create havoc, they have to be they have to be put into their corner, and vinashaya cha dushkritam, and to dharma-sansthapanarthaya, to bring out the yoga, to bring out the dharma, to bring out the balance in the world, to bring out the order in the world. He comes and appears time to time. Like Shri Krishna appeared as a Purna Avatara, sometimes comes as through the great illumined people, Amsha Avatara. And time to time, the great people are born to bring the awareness of this knowledge in the community. Janma karma cha me divyam.
Janma karma cha me divyam.
Yo veti tatvatah evam veti evam yo veti tatvatah
evam yo veti tatvatah
tyaktva deham punarjanma
tyaktva deham punarjanma
naiti mameti sorjuna.
naiti mameti sorjuna.
Don't consider, Shri Krishna says, my life, birth and my actions are like yours, slightly better. Don't say that Lord's life also poor, Lord had to die, Lord Krishna, that one hunter shot an arrow at his big toe and he died like us. Never think the Lord's action and coming and going like us. And his coming, Lord's appearance and disappearance and actions and is divya. Janma karma cha me divyam. It is glorious. It is great. It is beyond your comprehension. Those who understands that one never equates oneself with the Lord. Lord is also poor Rama had to go to the forest, a lot of suffering. He had to cry bitterly, and he was an emotional person like us. One who compares oneself with the Supreme Lord, that they will go down, but one who do not, they regard the Lord's action. We don't understand why did this way. Understand the greatness of the Lord. Punarjanma naiti tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti pandavana. There won't be any coming and going. They understood the essence of the Lord. We had done up to here. Vitaraga, bhaya, krodha, manmaya, mama, upashritaha, bahavo, jnana tapasa, puta, madbhava, agata, vitaraga bhaya krodha, manmaya mamupashritaha, bahavo jnana tapasa, puta madbhava magataha. Shri Krishna says the quality of a person who is traveling towards the Lord. What are the quality? V means in English it's an abbreviation for without. Without. V is an abbreviation for without. Vita, raga. Raga means attachment, without attachment. Bhaya, without fear. Vita, krodha. Krodha means without anger. No anger, no fear, no attachment. No attachment. Manmaya and manma, Maya means only me. Surrender to me alone. Not a scattered devotion. Today it's I am devoted to this Lord, tomorrow I am devoted to that Lord, day after tomorrow another Lord, and scattered devotion, not scattered. One pointed devotion. Manmaya, totally surrender to me alone. Ma upashritaha, and surrender and seeking me alone. Bahavo jnana tapasa, many people in the past through knowledge, this knowledge, and through austerity, puta, purified themselves and have come to me. Shri Krishna says the quality of a devotee who is evolving towards the divinity. Shri Krishna talks about without attachment for the trivial things, attached to the higher things. No attachment, without krodha, anger, and no fear in my life. No fear of what will happen, and when I have full trust in the Lord, nothing wrong can go in my life. When I have no confidence in Lord, always what will happen, and the fear. In the last minute of our life also, many people are so scared. What will happen to my property? What will happen to my bank balance? What will happen? In that thought itself, they die. And in the past, when the banking system was not there, people used to bury the money in their backyard. Many times they won't tell their children because the children will take it out and waste it. They will keep it till the last moment. When the time comes, I will tell. And in the last minute, many people, in the last minute, the bedridden, voice drops off. They can't say. In the mentally, they are thinking, money, I have to tell. They will be pointing fingers here and there. They cannot express, and they will be thinking of their money only, and they are, it is a well-known fact. Those people, they found wealth while digging the earth in a pot. Undoubtedly, there are snakes in that one. Snakes are guarding that wealth. That person in the last minute of the life, thinking my money, I have to protect, they will be born as a snake to look after. As soon as it is opened by the right one, a snake goes away. It is quite evident and observed by many people across India and other places. And we are so attached. What will happen to my bank balance? I made so much of investment, so much of property. What will happen? In my life, I never gave anything to others. I was so stingy. I never gave any support to others. And this property, the children, they don't care about your investment. They will blow it off. You did not get the punya of giving to others. You did not do a dana, serve others, nor your children, you did not pass it on to the right hand. The wealth, you had to pass it on to the right authority. If they squander, your children squander your money, the sin of that one will come to you. That is why dana is the best means of purification. If you want to purify yourself, purify, give, be magnanimous in life. Give charity, so that you are purifying, like a blood bank. You are giving a blood to purify your blood. Charity purifies yourself. Be magnanimous. When we are going, then when you are departing, your mind is very calm. Vitaraga bhayakrodha. Mind is totally surrendered, and whatever come, it has it's come. You are just received. You are passing on. Passing on. Water is going. Water is flowing. Ganga is flowing. You are giving an offering to the Lord. Arghya you are giving. What arghya? Water is already flowing. And all you are doing is taking it in your hand. Now the water is flowing. Now you think water is yours and you are offering. Without your offering also water is flowing. I have taken the water in my hands. Now I think this is my water and passing on. The wealth is also like that. Wealth is flowing. I am whatever it is there, like a Ganga, I am holding the water in that one and giving an arghya. Water is flowing. I am what punya I am getting, I am giving it back to you. Without you also ultimately it will go to him. I am just giving the same. It is not mine. Ganga is flowing. It is whatever I have got, I am offering it back. That way you purify yourself and flow towards the Lord. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu anuvartante mama vartma anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartma anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah. Shri Krishna says, everyone is devoted to me. Whether he is an atheist, a non-believer, or time to time I am bowing down to the Lord. I am not an ardent devotee. Shri Krishna says, everyone is my devotee. Everyone is seeking me. Even whatever I am seeking, people are approaching, I want. Everyone has a want, and the dispenser of all wants is Lord himself. Everyone is approaching the Lord. He is pervading everywhere, and they regard Lord according to their taste. I regard my boss as the God, and I start buttering him. I want to get more bonus. And whatever I am seeking, and even an atheist, he wants a good house, working hard. The dispenser of that one is God. Whatever way you approach, I am connected to the politician. I treat a politician as a god. I go after him. I bribe him. Get my work done. Dispenser of that one is God only. I approach a bureaucrat, and to get the work done, I treat him always, sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. I saying yes, yes, I treat him like that. Dispenser of benefit is that one. Lord reveals himself according to the way we approach him. According to the way we approach him, Lord reveals himself. Lord, ye yatha mam prapadyante, whatever way you invoke me, stan tathaiva bhajamyaham, I will reveal myself accordingly. If people revere Lord as a devotee and surrender to him, the highest, surrender to him, treat him as a friend, ultimate refuge, and they surrender to him, Lord bless them. If I treat Lord as an enemy, like many people, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana and Kamsa, they hated him. Lord is an enemy, and when I start treating him, he will express himself as an enemy. Whatever way I see him is like a mirror. I am holding a mirror. How is that one? He is the ultimate, all good, all complete. He will express himself like him. I treat him like a businessman. I give some donation, he will give me something, trading. I give this, I do that homa, you give me this one. I give this one, he will be a businessman with me also. How I treat, he will reciprocate accordingly. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Shri Krishna earlier said people approach him according to their taste, and he reveals himself, and in pursuit of material prosperity, most of us are not interested in higher things. What I see, I want money, I want to be rich. Many school children also says, when I ask what you want to be, they say I want to be rich. That is what parents also will be teaching them. You have to be rich. The education only making rich. So people quick get rich scheme. They get on to the quick get rich scheme, various schemes. How can I be rich quickly? They do that offering, they go to that temple, this temple, they invoke that god, this god, and they go to the Ganapati. Ganapati is called as Kshipra Prasada. He gives the boon very quickly, and go to Ganapati. Or Rudra, Shiva, easy to be pleased, Ashutosha. Quick, I want quick. I don't want, I have no time to do sadhana. I want a quick outcome. Tell me what I have to do. Many people go to the sorcery, resort to the black magic. They also do black magic to become rich. I want to get rich quick scheme. They go to the shortcuts. One can get material prosperity easily, bit of struggle, it is very easy, but spiritual unfoldment happens, you need lot of patience, lot of sadhana. Why many people, most people, 99.9% of the population not interested? We don't have patience. We want to be rich very quickly. We want to be successful, overnight successful. I have no patience to do sadhana. Tell me what I have to do. Tell me some mantra, I will become some super rich. Shri Krishna says, most people, they are wanting a shortcut. They have no patience. Who will get up at early morning 4 o'clock? Who will do sadhana? Who will do japa? Who will do mantra? Who will do fasting? And it is not for me. That tell me, I want to enjoy my life and pretend that I am doing something here and there. Tell me, how can I be successful? What stones I have to wear? If you go to an astrologer, they'll say, you put on that emerald, you put on that opal, you put on blue color, red color, opal, you put on a necklace, you will become very rich. You put on that color diamond, this color diamond. The astrologers are there, all talking about, go to that puja, you go do this puja, you will get rich scheme. That is why astrologers are very popular. Every day, if you open a TV channel, there is one or the other astrologer is talking about how to get rich quick scheme. But Shri Krishna says that is the people approaching quicker, but my devotee have patience. Ordinary people, they are after shortcut. Nobody interested in sadhana. Sadhana, I ask people to come and join yoga class. No, sorry sir, we don't have time. Sorry sir, we don't have time. I call them to join the yoga retreat for your own wellness. Go within. It's a time to invest for you. Make your roots strong. Sorry sir, I am no interest. I have family commitment. I have party. No interest. No interest. When interest is not there, I don't want to do sadhana. I want to get shortcut. Then people resort to various shortcuts and underhand dealings to get material prosperity. For them, spiritual unfoldment is it's a far cry. It is not possible. These 3 shlokas we touched upon. Next one is a beautiful topic. Shri Krishna talks about the people who are seeking the 4th one. The people who are seeking the spiritual enlightenment. Inexhaustible. All material wealth sooner or later gets depleted. When I am old, my $1 billion in my bank has no value. No value. Money has no value. I have no respect in the old age only if I have the money. But the spiritual wealth, inexhaustible wealth, you are respected now, even in your old age. Not only in your old age, that wealth accompanies you forever. Inexhaustible wealth. How to acquire that one? Shri Krishna talks about further. Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagataha yeta mam prapadyante tanstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmana anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devatah kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja vasudeva sutam devam kamsa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum